Okay. So, same argument. Let's go.
Same argument about abortion.
Oh, is that what we were doing? I don't remember.
Yeah, we were doing abortion.
All right. So, give me your best argument.
So, my argument is that I personally think abortion is right to a certain limit until a fetus is conscious.
Okay.
Right, which I've seen signs of consciousness at 6 weeks.
Yeah.
So probably a little further than that. A little, not further, but before that.
What is consciousness?
Consciousness is having a mind, having a
physical brain,
having a mind, being able to have thoughts and intricate thoughts, and being able to learn, I guess, human language to a certain degree.
Yeah.
So for Down syndrome,
stand that way.
For Down syndrome, SPED people, all that, they still are able to conjugate speech of like English, which animals cannot do.
Okay.
And I feel like our mind is what distinguishes us from animals. So I feel like a fetus gets human rights.
Yeah.
When it's capable to perceive human thoughts.
Okay.
That's fair.
So like, when you say human thought, do you mean like advanced poetry?
No, I mean,
give me an example of
when I mean human thoughts, I mean like.
Because like my dog is really smart. Like, do you know you can teach dogs like 400 words?
Words?
Yeah. You ever seen this guy? Well, hang on. Let me talk for a minute, dude.
I got you.
Okay, so like, there's a guy. He had a really smart border collie. He taught like 400 words. This dog knew like every single toy. He had a pile of toys, and he could say one name of a toy, and that dog could go in and like get now that dog, really like a measure of consciousness, is like smarter than most babies up to like 2 years old.
For real? But well,
I mean, have you ever had a? You don't have a kid, so you don't know. But they don't talk until they're like, 2 years old.
I've had a baby talk when they're like a couple months.
Well, they make noises, but I'm talking like understanding like language, right?
I've seen babies understand language to a certain degree at a couple months.
So does a really well trained dog have the same level of consciousness as a like a baby, or like a fetus at 6 weeks in development?
A fetus or a baby? Which one do you want me to answer?
Well, let's do the fetus, because you said 6 weeks is when you would say abortion becomes wrong because they have consciousness.
I would say, yeah.
And by the way, I'm like, I mean, I'd go even further, but like, just for the sake of argument, like I'm pretty happy with like 6 weeks, because
I believe like the fetus, you can sense human life.
Yeah. Right,
in the fetus. So I believe that there should be some type of human rights.
Yeah.
To it. You know? And maybe it's wrong, but I'm saying. Because it shows, because a heartbeat and like minds and thoughts, you can see that and you can calculate that, and then it's like, not calculate, but you get what I'm trying to say. Okay. And you can sense that it's a human, right? That's what I'm trying to say. That's like a live human that's actively growing.
Yeah. All right. So like, what you're, I totally appreciate like everything you said, and like we agree on a lot. And so I don't know where you were when we like first started this conversation, but I kind of feel like you moved my direction, so I'm pretty happy about that. What do you think?
I think that's pretty, and I think that also all, I guess, like sexual assault, rape, and incest should be excluded. Should also be able to be legal.
Good. I want to come back to that.
And then other than the 6 weeks and before, and then the rape and incest and stuff, I think those should be acceptable.
Okay.
And everything else should be wrong.
Okay, I
would agree with you on that.
Okay, I want to ask a couple of questions.
All right.
Do you know how long a woman could be pregnant in Texas before Roe v. Wade was repealed with the Dobbs decision a couple of years ago? Are you familiar with those cases?
Yeah, I think you told me it was like a couple months.
It's 20 weeks.
6 months. Yeah, 20 weeks, 6 months.
20 weeks. That's like 5 months.
Yeah. 5 months. Yeah.
I mean, think about it. Like that's half of a pregnancy, right? So
yeah, that's I told you and I agreed that was a little crazy.
Yeah.
Pulling out like a decent size, like a watermelon sized baby. I think that's still crazy.
All right. Okay.
I agree with you on that.
So you would say though that like 6 weeks, you start having some brain activity, maybe you start having some like kind of like miniature heartbeats and stuff like that. So that's when. Now you understand though. What if he said that like that's not consciousness? Well, see, the problem is no one agrees on what consciousness even is.
I believe that personal belief is that consciousness is when your brain is developed enough to like a point where you can produce speech. Like if your brain
but like I said, that's like a 2-year-old baby.
But I'm saying like I've seen like month-year-olds even like go goo and like try to copy what I'm saying, like being able to mimic.
I totally appreciate that, but like you said, 6 weeks in the womb. So that's way far
way
away
farther.
from goo goo gaga at 6 months old, right?
But I think like being able to, because most dogs, animals, they can't. I don't know how.
Yeah, I mean, like when my dog like needs to go, like when he's 13 years old and he needs to die, like I'm going to put him down.
Yeah.
Right. But I wouldn't do that to my kid or an adult.
Yeah, because they have.
Are you against euthanasia?
Euthanasia?
It's like assisted suicide.
I'm not against it because if you see like if your animal's gonna suffer, because doctors.
No, I'm not talking about an animal. I'm talking about for people.
For people?
Yeah.
What do you mean? Like by.
You ever heard of assisted suicide?
Assisted suicide.
Yeah. You ever heard of MAID
in
Canada?
It's like if a guy or someone gets in a horrible car accident and they're in insufferable pain.
If they want to. If the guy says yes, I don't want to continue. It's
all right, so I'm gonna radicalize you right now. Did you know? Move over a little bit. Did you know that like it's 11:34.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, did you know that suicide used to be against the law?
How would you do that?
How would you? Isn't that interesting? Think about it. Why would you do it? And that's the real question. I mean, the guy's dead, right? Or the girl? Well, okay. Well, it could be that that for insurance purposes, right, you need to determine if somebody dies in an accident or suicide. If they die in a suicide, the insurance benefit doesn't go on. So so you have a law against it. It might affect who like inherits property, right? If someone's a criminal or something like that. It's actually the point is that you so highly value life that you even think that suicide should be a crime, and we've kind of taken that off the books. And I actually think we need to go back to that.
How would you punish somebody for committing suicide?
Well, you wouldn't. It's not that you would punish them, but you might punish their estate, right? Because when you die, you have an estate. Like everything that belongs to you has to go on to like your heirs, right? And so there might be consequences for your estate if you die.
I don't believe that.
Yeah. Okay.
I think that's a little crazy.
But if you really want to kill yourself, okay, and a doctor's like, okay, I'll help you. Do you think that the doctor should be able to do that legally? Because they're not making the decision. They're just like giving somebody the drug. You don't have to
I think
answer.
if you give them the drug, if you're just giving them
the
drug,
or right?
I think it's right.
Okay.
Because if you're just giving them the drug,
what if you give them a loaded gun?
Loaded gun. That's different. Because a loaded gun, he can't.
Why?
He doesn't.
Same thing.
Because look. A loaded gun, he can. It's
with
way.
one bullet. That he only uses. That he can only. It only works if he points it to his head.
It only works if it points it to his head.
Yeah. It's got a GPS in it, and only works.
And he can't point it at nobody else.
Exactly.
It can only hurt him.
Exactly.
I think that's fair.
Wow. Okay.
To a certain degree. Yeah, I think that's fair.
All right. So let me tell you my whole position. I believe in the protection of human life from conception.
Mm-hmm.
Some people argue fertilization, which is about 2 weeks later when a conceived egg makes its way to the uterus. But I'm going to say conception.
Okay.
All right, because that's a new human life begins at that moment. So not even 6 weeks. I'm all the way back to conception because if you let that thing develop right in the way that it would otherwise, and you don't interrupt it, it becomes a human being. Okay? It is a human being.
That's pretty fair.
It becomes developed though. So at 6 weeks, that's just as arbitrary as 20 weeks. It's just a different state of development. Okay. But I'm glad you're with me at 6 weeks. Now, I also believe in natural death. Mm-hmm. Now, there's a time when people die. That's okay, right? But like, there does need to come that time, and then, but for someone to assist in that, I think is a crime. I think it's a moral crime, and it should be a legal crime.
For somebody to assist in the killing of their own selves?
Yeah, and let me give you a reason why. Like in Canada, they have a system called MAID. It's medically assisted induced death, I think. It's essentially assisted suicide. And ever since they introduced that about 10 years ago, you should Google this. Google Canada MAID percentage, and you'll see like how many people now are dying. They're choosing medically assisted death and dying. It's like this huge percentage. It's like 1,000 people a year. And so, and one of the things that happens then is the government comes along. So somebody comes in, they're 55 years old, they have chronic leg pain, they might have to have their leg amputated, they're really unhappy at the state of life. And do you know what the doctor will say? Well, why don't we just kill you?
I see your point now. And now I'm seeing your point.
It's a slippery slope.
Yeah, I think
slippery slopes are real.
I don't think there should be a crime on suicide because you haven't convinced me yet.
Okay.
But I do think assisted.
I said it was a radical position.
I think assisted should be a.
Yeah, it starts to see the.
Because I see the point now.
Here's the problem.
I see the point.
Let's say someone is like gonna die in 3 days because they have like Lou Gehrig's disease and their like breathing apparatus their lungs are gonna shut down. It's gonna be really excruciating. 11:38. Right. They're gonna die. And so that's how it always starts, right? Like someone is in a horrible situation, but now do you know that if you're depressed, you can go to the Canadian government and basically be like, yeah, I want to kill myself, and like I'm depressed and that's enough, and they're like, okay, we'll consider that.
Yeah,
you see a difference, right?
I see. Yeah, I see that. And now I kind of understand what you're trying to tell me. Yeah. It's because I believe, like, as a singularity, that it's okay, but I believe, like, as a whole, just making it, like, easy. It's making suicide too accessible.
Yeah.
And, like, I guess discouraging people to, get over the problem.
Let me ask you this, though. Are you a Christian?
Yes.
Okay, so, I mean, Christians do believe that human beings have value.
Correct.
Why?
I believe.
And no, I'm not putting you on the spot. Okay. I'm just, trying to help you develop your arguments.
I think because there's a reason why God created us. And sometimes, I think life and, like, the concept of life and death, that's what gives us value. So our life and, like, what we do to other people and basically how we interact with the world, I think that gives our life value, negative or positive.
Okay.
And I think that the fact that our life ends gives our life even more value.
Okay.
Because if our life was just forever, there would be no value to it, in my opinion, or like limited value.
Yeah, that'd be kind of awkward. It'd be kind of hard to imagine a life on this side of heaven where it goes on forever, right?
Yeah.
But we believe in eternal life, in heaven or whatever, right? Okay, but so what I'm getting at was, I would say, like, on the very first page of the Bible, it talks about how we're made in the image of God.
1140. All right.
Good talking to you. But image of God.
Image of God.
Just read Genesis 1 tonight. That's all I would say. Read Genesis 1.
All right, I'll reread.
You probably know it, but read it, and we'll keep the conversation going.
All right.